Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Young Tech. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to fix, remove, or heal facial skin imperfections. We're gonna be using Adobe Photoshop and we're just gonna fix the common skin imperfections because the exact knowledge of facial imperfections is so wide and you won't be able to comprehend all of it in just a short duration of a video. And that's why in this video I'm just gonna cover up the common cases. And the two of the common cases in facial imperfections are this these bumps right here, uh, often called acne, blemishes, blotches, kind of things. And the second one is skin redness, which is mostly appears on white people. We're gonna use color corrections to fix or to remove the redness, and we're gonna use healing tools available in Photoshop to remove the acne. And in here, I'm gonna show you guys with a super basic Photoshop knowledge, with a purpose of to make this video beginner friendly, so that if you're an absolute beginner and you came here because you randomly want to fix your picture, you want to randomly retouch your image, then you came to the right place. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first, what you want to do is open Photoshop and select your image, and then once you got into the editing workspace, you gotta select the layer, the main layer. Usually Photoshop automatically name it background, and what you want to do right now is click that layer right here at the bottom right side of the screen, layers section, and you want to press Ctrl or Command J to copy that. And why we should copy that, it's not necessarily needed, but if you're a beginner, I really recommend you to copy that, because when you make a mistake, you don't have the backup, it's you screwed up. You gotta open another file or something like that, and that's why we gotta make a backup, so that if you make a mistake right here in this layer, then you can definitely go back to the background layer and copy it again. So for layer one, I don't want to rename this layer, but if you like to, double click the layer. I'm gonna name it face. Select the face layer, and so for the first one, I'm gonna start with the blotches. So there are two main tools that I often use, not just me personally, but I think most photo editors use to remove or heal acne blemishes. Those are the healing brush tool and the stamp tool. And inside the healing brush tool, we have 5 branches, including spot healing brush tool and etc. etc. But the 3 most commonly used for healing blotches are the first three branches: spot healing brush tool, and patch tool. And second one is stamp tool. Both work efficiently, but the difference is the pattern stamp tool only sample the texture, but the clone stamp tool also capture the color of the certain area that you selected. And it's just kind of, you gotta be mastering Photoshop. You gotta be mastering this tool a little bit before you exactly use it properly. So I would recommend you to firstly use this spot healing brush tool and these 3 tools. So firstly, I'm gonna use spot healing brush tool. So this is how it works. So if you have a target area, a target spot, right, just like in this case, you don't want to make it smaller. You don't want to make the selection circle smaller than the target spot. You just want to make it an inch bigger than the selected area, so that it, like it says, a spot healing spot. it means it samples inside it. It doesn't sample anything outside the selection. And that's why we want to cover it up. So click one click and it goes, but it seems kind of weird, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger, and boom, that's it. See, in less than 1 second you can fix these cars. Look at these cars, man. Look at these cars. It's just so annoying, right? You can easily remove it. And for the second one is healing brush tool. You gotta use Alt, sample any area, any texture on the skin. I'm just gonna sample this similar one that it should be in here, which is this, I guess. Okay, this one. And click it. Release the Alt and make it a little bit bigger. Just stamp it. That's it. It samples the texture of another area. Just it works almost the same as stamp tool, but the stamp tool is a little bit more specific. It really stamp the texture and the color, but we're gonna go there later on. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the third tool is patch tool. So this is how it works. With the healing brush tool, you select the area that you want it to be, the area that you want it to sample, and then you stamp. But the patch tool, you select the area that you want to remove, this yellow spot, for instance, and then drag the selection so that it samples the desired texture. And that is it. That is how it works. Similar result, but a different way to do it. Different way to implement the effect. Now I'm gonna go for this big one. Sample this similar area. Maybe this one is good. Yep, pretty much. And gonna adjust it. I'll just adjust it little by little. And wow, that is it. That's it, bro. So easy. There's no way you don't subscribe to me. You gotta subscribe. You gotta share this, because if you have any of your friends who is those who are insecure about their face because they have a lot of acne and skin redness, you gotta share this video, man. You gotta help your friend. No, I'm just kidding. Share this video for education purpose, okay? Don't tell them you send a video because you want to make them less insecure. No, they're gonna mad at you, bro. They're gonna be more insecure than ever. Now this yellow. Okay, now this is one of the example that I wanna tell you guys in this stamp tool. Look. Okay, look at this chin. Absolutely red. Now if you sample using the Alt and you stamp it, you stamp this texture into the area that is not red. Look, messed up, right? Even though you can fix, you can remove the blotches, but the color is messed up. You screwed up the color, and you don't want to do that. And especially if you do that in the area that has a blur, a depth blur, that's not good. So this is why I recommend you not to use the stamp tool if you're a beginner. Even me, as an intermediate, I don't even use stamp tool to fix my acnes. I often use these 3 efficient tools. Look, easy peasy. That is it. That's it. Now look at the blotches. They're all gone. Okay, now let's go to skin redness. Now, in most photo editing software, we have an adjustment a layer adjustment, let me say settings whatsoever, and they often name it hue and saturation. Now every color has hue, saturation, and lightness. Now in Adobe Photoshop there is a feature where you can select a certain color in this section. So you can choose red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, magentas, those color that build up another colors. And in this case, we want to remove the red, so we're gonna adjust the reds too. So the reds, select the reds, and just drag it a little bit so that I can see it clearly. And then, as you can see in this slider, it starts with red, orange, yellow, green, etc., etc. Now, human color, especially for white people or Asian, light skin, those similar skin tones, they are they have a tendency to yellow. So because of that tendency, we are gonna drag this slider to the right. Because why? Because red, we want to drag it to yellow, and for that, from red to yellow, it's left to right, so we're gonna drag it to the right. Slide the slider to the right just until you think it is decent enough to be applied. I think this one is too green, so I'm just gonna get it back just a little bit. You might want to reduce the saturation so that it doesn't really look yellowish. I think this is enough. If you notice a little bit, the lips are also affected by the hue and saturation, and if you use a lipstick or whatever makeups, anything changes the lips color, you don't want to do that. Okay, you don't want to change the lips color because that's annoying for girls, you know. To fix that, we need to go to the mask, these white things, this square rectangle white things, and click it, and then press Ctrl or Command I, and then it exists, but it is covered up, like it is hidden by the mask. So that if you wanna reveal the hue and saturation, you gotta go to the brush tool and select white. Don't forget to select the soft round brush, and flow, it's up to you. Smoothing, it's up to you. So go to the mask again. Don't forget, select the mask, otherwise it doesn't work. Now just brush it into the red area. Make sure it looks natural as possible. You also want it to apply it on the neck, because I can see that the neck is also red. And there you go, my friend. There you go, before and after. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you won't miss out any of my future videos, and share it to anyone you want to share to. Anyways, I hope you really learned something today. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you.